If you're driving a Ferrari, it'll take you less than an hour to zip across this country. But this same tiny nation is so wealthy it could practically hand every citizen a fortune and still have cash to spare. This is Luxembourg. A tiny dot on the map with just over 670,000 people, yet it flaunts the world's highest GDP per capita at over $130,000. Surprisingly, this pint-sized powerhouse isn't exactly swimming in natural resources. So how did Luxembourg become the world's richest country? Luxembourg sits tucked between Belgium to the west, France to the south, and Germany to the east. It doesn't stretch far, roughly 2,586 square kilometers. So if you drove from the northern tip near the town of Clairvaux all the way down to its southern border near the so-called Minette region, you'd only need a couple of hours. Yet, for what Luxembourg lacks in size, it more than makes up for in grandeur. It calls itself a Grand Duchy after all. That's not just a fancy name, it's ruled by a Grand Duke whose powers are mostly formal these days, but hey, you can't deny the sense of spectacle. Luxembourg City, the capital, rests atop dramatic cliffs overlooking deep gorges carved out by the Alzette and Patrice rivers. The place could pass for a medieval fortress, partly because that's precisely what it was for a large chunk of its history. The city's old quarters and fortifications have earned a spot on the UNESCO World Heritage List. So while it may sound hyperbolic to say it's one of Europe's most beautiful capitals, anyone who strolled along the Chemin and La Corniche might agree. The population hovers around 670,000, yet over 40% of these residents were born outside of the country. Walk into a local bakery on a Sunday morning and you might hear a swirl of languages: French, German, Luxembourgish, Portuguese, English. This cultural diversity is not just some random phenomenon. It ties directly into why Luxembourg's economy ranks among the strongest in the world.